So, picture this. It's London, 1940s. Air raid, sirens wailing, ration books in every pocket.
Bella says to give you this for Joey boy. Comes from Clancy.
Right, Bella counted it.
What do you think?
And in the shadows of this war-torn city, a bunch of fast-talking, street-smart spivs are running an illegal gambling den.
How's it going here? Well, these Yankees having a great run. 7 straight mains he's done.
You know the type. Slick suits, sharper tongues, and just enough charm to get away with almost anything.
Cops, Joey, it's a raid!
Almost. But in the 1965 British comedy Joey Boy, these lovable rogues finally push their luck a little too far.
Have a heart, Inspector. Think of the wife and saucepan, lads.
You haven't got no wife and kids, Benny.
They're nicked, cuffed, and hauled off, but here's the twist.
All right then, up to the meat wagon. There'll be hot cocoa waiting at the nick.
Instead of a jail sentence, they're offered an even more absurd punishment.
Oh, this is nice, isn't it? Now we've got to start playing bleeding soldiers.
Enlist in the British Army. Yep, these dodgy geezers are going to war, and that's where the fun really begins.
Your wound is a piece of skin about the size of an halfpenny.
Size of an halfpenny?
Joey Boy, directed by Frank Launder, the same man behind the classic St. Trinian's films, is a raucous, slightly bonkers military farce with a unique blend of satire and slapstick that captures a very specific moment in post-war British cinema.
Something's moving in there.
And leading the charge, none other than Harry H. Corbett,
Don't drop that! That is liquid gold!
best known as Harold from Steptoe and Son in the title role of Joey Boy Thompson. Corbett brings that perfect mix of streetwise swagger and frustrated charm to Joey,
Come on, you miserable blighter! All right, Joey? Are you joking, mate?
a man who may not know the first thing about soldiering, but certainly knows how to hustle.
Start a club here, Knights. 250 members at $50 a kick.
He's backed up by a comedy cavalry of some of Britain's best comic actors. Take Stanley Baxter as Benny the Kid Lindowski, a fast-talking gambler with a heart buried somewhere under all that bravado.
Hi, he's over there.
Baxter, known for his sharp impressions and dazzling character work, brings a manic energy that constantly threatens to steal the show.
You know, I've been thinking about what you were talking about downstairs, sir, earlier about germs.
Then there's Reg Varney, before his On the Bus's days, playing Rabbit Malone with that laid-back cheek that made him a household name.
Oh, blimey.
This is Marionetta, sir. She's a lady accountant.
And we can't forget Bill Fraser as the bombastic Sergeant Major Dobbs.
I don't like you. None of you. Not one little bit.
He's the stereotypical barking army man, all moustache and menace, with a constantly furrowed brow and a total inability to understand the chaos he's inherited.
His name is Ugly. You may feel like calling him something else, but that's his name.
Fraser nails it. He's the straight man to Corbett's schemer, and their constant back and forth is a highlight.
You and your mechanical nuts have got to keep up with the rest of the column.
I should try carrying him.
The plot? Well, it's simple enough on the surface, but packed with delightful twists.
It's like you had to turn up for the book, mate.
These ex-gamblers are now a misfit unit in the army,
Well, that's a question of equipment, isn't it?
Yeah, but there wasn't no time. It was just bump, and how's your father?
expected to march, fight, and follow orders. 3 things they're absolutely not equipped to do, but they are good at bending the rules.
It's you lot again. What the hell happened to you?
Oh, well, you see, sir, it's this mule here, sir.
And soon, they're turning the barracks into a den of mischief.
How many customers tonight, George?
Close on 80.
That's not bad.
Percy Herbert, a familiar face in British war films, plays the unhinged Mad George Long. You get the sense he might have been a bit wild even before the war started.
Here, I've got a stone in me boot. I'll catch you up.
Yeah, all right. Oh, jeez.
Lance Percival as Clarence Doubleday
£218, 15 shillings.
brings a musical, almost whimsical energy,
600. Thank you. Right, well, that's the deal. Your mules are outside, Mr. Antonio.
like he's wandered in from another film. And Moira Lister as Lady Thamridge.
The only thing was you hit on just the right kind of activity, Colonel, to help our dear boys get things back into perspective.
She's all elegance and aristocratic detachment, until the chaos inevitably sweeps her up too.
Oh dear, what on earth's going to happen when we make our report to Parliament?
It's the kind of cast that knows exactly what film they're in. Everyone leans into the farce, the absurdity, the charm.
Good show, Thompson. That's the spirit.
A memorable scenario happens when Joey turns their dormitory into a nighttime gambling club with cards, odds on horse racing, and plenty of alcohol.
Joey, it's a duty officer. Right.
Of course, they eventually get caught, but this doesn't deter Joey from looking out for more opportunities. And when officers need a way to keep the privates in the base at night,
After all, there can't be much harm in a game of cards and a glass of beer.
They decide to use Joey's idea of a club. Joey is back in business.
Take your time, there's plenty of room.
It's classic British comedy, the pomp of military tradition crashing headfirst into the scrappy, irreverent world of East End chances. And visually, Joey Boy doesn't feel like a big-budget war film.
Hey, hold on.
Because it's not. It leans into the constraints of its sets and locations.
Oh, I'm looking at you. Like you was an hero. And you hadn't got the art.
Some sequences were shot in studio settings, dressed up to resemble army camps, with exteriors filmed in parts of the English countryside doubling for military bases.
You've chucked in a pair of kings.
You know what? I reckon this war's gonna be over soon.
It's all intentionally a bit shabby, but that fits the mood perfectly. You want it to look like a glorified music hall sketch.
My mates want something for saving the ship.
Saving the ship. But you've got us in the ship.
That's the point. Now,
Mind you, if you do drop in the Kazi, you'll be the first one in, I promise you.
let's talk numbers. At the box office, Joey Boy wasn't exactly a smash hit, but it did reasonably well, especially with fans of the stars involved.
How's your potted plant, Sergeant? Pretty lovely weather for it, isn't it?
Harry H. Corbett's presence alone was enough to draw a solid audience, and the film found a second life on television reruns over the years.
They're all very good girls, sir. The one in the lace doilies, she is a gondolier's daughter from Venice.
Critically, mixed, to be honest. Some reviewers appreciated the satire and the lively performances.
There's gratitude for you.
Oh, no, I thought somebody knew something I didn't.
Yeah, so did I.
Others felt it was too broad, too old-fashioned, especially in the face of the more daring, grittier cinema coming out of Britain in the mid-60s.
I'm a great believer in clubs myself, providing they're on the right line.
Remember, this was the era of Alfie, the Ipcress Files, and Darling.
I'd really like to see us what you're offering in the way of amenities.
So a throwback comedy, like Joey Boy, felt like an odd duck.
It's for the Gorbals on a Saturday night.
But for those who loved it, that was exactly the charm. Over the decades,
I'd know that voice anywhere.
Joey Boy has become something of a forgotten gem. Not quite a cult classic, but a nostalgic trip for fans of that cheeky, distinctly British style of comedy.
You could say that again.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
It's got that wartime camaraderie, those thick London accents,
Well, we got to fiddle a crust somehow, haven't we?
and a kind of innocence that just doesn't exist in modern cinema anymore.
This is Janita Teresa, ladies and gentlemen. She darns socks all night.
And if you're wondering whether it's worth a watch today, well, if you enjoy Harry H. Corbett in full cheeky chappy mode, or you've got a soft spot for films where everything falls apart in the most hilarious way possible, then yes,
Taxpayers. Well, that's us, isn't it? Since when have we paid tax?
Joey Boy is worth your time, a time capsule of an era when comedy was king,
Look, I'm going to march straight to the Colonel himself. No messing about with his inferior Charlies, otherwise no one will hear my bravery.
and even World War II could be turned into a stage for farce, scams, and slapstick.
Have any of you anything whatsoever to say for yourself?
Please, sir. Could I have my backside bandaged?
Just a bunch of conmen trying to survive the army without ever really becoming soldiers. And really, isn't that the most British thing ever?
Right. Sergeant Smith would like to thank you for your contribution to the sports fund. Much appreciated, Thompson.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this trip down celluloid memory lane, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and let us know in the comments which classic British film we should cover next. And remember, keep your boots polished, your bets placed, and your Sergeant Major confused. See you in the next one.
Joey!